Hello, hello, everybody. We are so stinking excited to be able to show you the awesome new DBWS. I'm joined in the room with by Shannon West. Say hi, Shanny.
Hi. Is there a camera?
Yeah. Oh no, not camera right now.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, that's awesome. Hopefully you can all see my screen showing the Stampin' Up! Customer website. Oh my goodness, look at everybody jumping on. I love it. Yay. Okay, cool. Well, we'll give it just a couple more seconds for a few more people to join us live. Shannon's going to be in the room kind of watching through the comments. So if you guys have questions, put them in the comments. We're certainly not going to be able to address everybody's questions, but definitely.
We will if there's only 3.
Oh, yeah. If there's only 3 questions, then we will certainly address all the questions. But leave your questions, leave your comments. We want to see what you're kind of thinking as we go through this. This may take a little bit of time just to kind of get through everything, so don't feel bad if you have to hop off. We will absolutely be putting this, saving the post to the leaders group so that you can watch the replay later. So that'll be awesome. Okay, well, let's get started. I'm sure you're all super excited to see this. I will just tell you really quick, this has been kind of a little bit of a labor of love internally. There's been a lot of work that's gone into this. We know that you guys have been using a set of maybe dated tools for quite a long time, and so it's time to give you guys something awesome, something that you can be proud of, and something that will really help you grow and run your businesses smoothly online. So we're really, really excited to show you this. So I'm going to kind of start from the very beginning. They say that's a very good place to start. We're going to show you sort of the process for accessing your DBWS, which is going to feel very familiar because it's the exact same process that we've had before. So when you go to stampinup.com, you'll log in as a demonstrator, and then you'll see the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator homepage. You'll notice that today my persona is Christy Crafter. Christy is a brand new bronze demonstrator getting her feet wet with DBWS for the first time. How exciting. So you'll still jump in through business resources and still link through manage my DBWS. Now, different than what we've had in the past, you will no longer see the really old, can I say ugly? Is that okay to say? You'll no longer see the old landing page. We're going to jump you to our brand new back office landing page, and here is what that looks like. Behold all the glory that is the new demonstrator back office. Now, there's kind of a lot going on this screen, but it's actually really super slick and helpful. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through some of the features of your new back office. So when I talk about back office, this is the space that you'll go manage your DBWS. This is where you'll put in calendar entries. This is where you'll create shareables, which is super exciting, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. This is where you'll kind of manage everything. So we'll just kind of do a real quick tour here. So this space here, if you can see kind of my mouse circling the annual catalog graphic, that is really just a space for us to show you guys as demonstrators what's going on. It'll function a lot like the ad space on the demonstrator website. So, it'll show you, the current catalogs, current promotions, things like that. That space will update regularly, nothing you have to worry about there. This widget on the right is the calendar widget, and this is just a really quick peek at all of the things that you have coming up for your business. Now, something really cool on the back end is that Stampin' Up! Can actually schedule events as well that pertain to demonstrators. So for example, on Christie's calendar, you'll see that the holiday catalog go live is scheduled for September 4th. And if you look at the color key down at the bottom, that's a Stampin' Up! Event. So Stampin' Up! Will be able to add events to your calendar for you to see. We're not going to populate your customer-facing calendar, but we'll be able to put events in here to help keep you organized as well. And then you'll notice the kind of the mint-colored My Events. And Christy Crafter has 2 classes scheduled already. She's got a card class and a technique class on her calendar, and I'll show you how you create those as well. So this is just kind of a quick view for you to see what you've got upcoming in your business. The next widget on this page is My Sites. Now, I don't want to get into too much crazy detail here, but the reason why My Sites is plural is because we will actually have the ability to give you more than one website down the road. So when we go live September 10th, you will have your default customer-facing website, just like you have in the past. But down the road, we'll have the ability to add what we're calling microsites to your DBWS. So what that might look like is for celebration, rather than having to send your customers to your regular website and hunt through all the information for celebration, we could actually create a celebration website that is exclusive to that promotion. And then if you so choose, you could direct your customers to your celebration microsite where they can get more targeted information. Now, again, that functionality won't be live when we launch DBWS, but the reason why it's My Sites is because that's future functionality that we're going to be able to open up for you. So it's pretty cool. This is also where you can jump in and edit your website. There's a couple of different ways that you can do that. So I will show you how that works here in a little bit when we go into more depth on our tour. The last 3 widgets on our homepage is the notifications box. This is where you'll get notices about new leads, where you would get notices about people who have RSVP'd to an event, any notifications pertaining specifically to your DBWS business would show up here. Now, this is not notifications across the board. So like this wouldn't show you if you got a new recruit or if one of your team members promoted. This is more notifications as they relate to DBWS. Recently viewed resources will make a lot more sense when we tour the new resource library, but this is a quick way to jump into resources that you are commonly using. And then your contact groups. So one of the cool things that we've done with the new DBWS, and I know that it was a pain point in the old DBWS, is we got rid of the 2 different customer groups. If you'll recall, you used to have your customer manager contacts, and then you would sync those over to DBWS, and then you would have a DBWS address book that was completely separate. Now we have synchronized customer manager and DBWS fully, and all of the information is pulled from customer manager. So what that means is your customer manager contacts need to be managed in customer manager. Now, what's nice about that is you don't have to worry about updating things in 2 places. So, for example, if a customer reaches out and lets you know they've got a new email address, you would go into Customer Manager, make that change, and the change would immediately show up in your DBWS contacts. So it's really simplified. It's a really nice way to keep things organized without you having to remember all of the different locations you've got customer data. The other great thing is that your customer manager contacts can be used in DBWS to do some really cool new features. So I'll show you why the contacts exist in DBWS, and it'll make a lot more sense when we get into the shareables and events and things like that. So excited for you to see that. And then leads are any leads that come through your website. It could potentially be people that RSVP for an event. So this is going to be really, really cool, and excited to show you a little bit more. Okay.
Getting some questions about that, is that also the online customers, will those also be synced?
Yeah, okay, so this doesn't solve the problem with customers and online customers being 2 different people. That's a little bit different issue that a different group is tackling. So this won't solve that problem right away, but a really great question and something that we are looking to tackle. It just won't be part of this project. Okay. All right, so now that we've kind of taken a look at our home screen and all the different things you can do right from the home screen, let's dive in and look at all of the individual features of the new DBWS. So on the left here, you'll notice our simple navigation. We've got the home, which will take you back to this, to your back office homepage. And then under business, this is all of the different tools that you have to manage your business. And you'll notice that they are very clean and simplified compared to what we had before. Help is where we will add help for DBWS. So without having to go to a million different websites, you'll be able to get all of the training and resources you need to use DBWS right from inside the tool. So under the business navigation, the first thing we see here is Contact Manager. So let's go ahead and jump into the Contact Manager since we just got done talking about that. And I'll just show you the really simple functionality that exists in here. So when I click on my contact group, I can see the different people that I've imported. They're sorted alphabetically, and they're sorted alphabetically by first name. So if I need to jump in and see a specific contact, I can click on their name. Like, for example, I can see Cassie's information here. Again, I can't edit anything. I can't change anything. This is all being pulled from Customer Manager. Now, if I have a huge contact group, so our Christy Crafter is brand new, so she just has a relatively small group of contacts. If I've got a huge contact group, and let's say I was looking for Jan specifically, I can come up into my contact search and look for Jan, and it will pull her name up. So pretty slick, pretty easy. And again, the only reason the Contact Manager exists in DBWS is to unlock some of the other functionality. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time here because there's not a whole lot of information that, or sorry, there's not a whole lot of business activities that you can do in this customer view. All of your changes, edits, adding new customers, that'll all be done from Customer Manager. Now, if I go back to the contact groups, I can also see that I don't have any leads, but if I were to click on my lead group, it would show me anybody who's come through the lead generator on my Stampin' Up! Website. Okay, so that is the Contact Manager. Shani, do we have any questions about Contact Manager before we leave that?
No, I mean, see, I'm reading instead of listening.
Yeah, so, it's okay.
And this is also the first time I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
So there are a few questions. One, it says, just most recently from Emma, can you change the sorting to be by last name instead of first name?
So yes, down the road. So
okay,
right now we're using kind of out of the box functionality for the Contact Manager. We want to see how you guys are using this tool a little bit before we make a lot of dramatic changes. So if you are finding that you wish that you could sort your customers a little bit different way, now keep in mind you're not going to be doing a whole lot with your customers in DBWS. So being able to sort a bunch of different ways, you'll find that that's maybe less important than you think it is right now. But we will be adding in different contact sorting features based on how you guys are using the tool.
Okay, great. And then there's been a few questions about multiple accounts. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then
merge those together.
No,
and that's all the same.
Yeah, so going back to the multiple account issue or the customer accounts and online customer accounts being different, that's a little bit different problem than DBWS is capable of solving. So some of those problems are still going to exist even after DBWS goes live. But just know that we're really sensitive to that. We know that's a problem for you guys, and we're going to look to fix that as soon as we can.
Did you talk about lead generator already?
Nope, we're going to talk about the lead generator when we show the customer-facing website, and that's coming up. Guys. Okay, yeah. We're getting there. Okay, you guys are amazing. This is awesome. So we're going to jump down to our next. Yay, too. Good. Okay, we're going to jump down to our next feature, which is the resource library. And I just can't even, you guys. I'm so excited for you to see this. This has been a huge hit with some of our testers. I think this is going to be something that you're really going to love. It's a feature that we're really proud of. So you'll recall in old DBWS that we used to have kind of a clunky system for sending e-cards and e-newsletters and emails and things like that. And it didn't work very well. So we are now transitioning away from e-cards and newsletters, and we're moving to a resource library. Now, I want to show you how awesome this thing is. So, okay, the resource library is made up of two components really, but then there's a third component that we're using to provide you help resources. But the two biggest pieces of the resource library are your files, so my files, and the marketing toolkit. Now, the marketing toolkit is basically every shareable that Stampin' Up! Creates for you to share while marketing your business. So let's go ahead and explore the marketing toolkit first, and then I'll show you how my files works. So the marketing toolkit is broken out into different categories. So we've got catalogs, videos, there's product resources, recruiting, promotions, projects. If you are looking for a very specific shareable, you can come to the search box and search for something directly, or simply navigate in through one of these folders. So for example, if I were looking to share the holiday catalog with somebody, I would bounce into the catalog category. I would see my 2019 holiday catalog PDF. And then right from the catalog PDF, oh, sorry, I'm gonna go back a step. So you'll notice that I had 2 clicks here. So I'm gonna slow down and go back. So if you click on the catalog PDF, you'll notice that I had to click one more time to get into the actual shareable. For our countries with more than one language, you would see all of the language options here. So like if for example you're in Canada, you would see the Canadian English version and the Canadian French version. Since we're in the US and we just have the one language, I'm only seeing one catalog. So if I click on the catalog PDF, now I'm into the catalog PDF shareable. Okay, so this is where the fun happens. So right from this library, I can take the catalog PDF, I can share it to Facebook, I can tweet it, I can pin it, I can put it on LinkedIn if I'm into that kind of thing, I can send an email, I can also copy a link to the PDF, and what's cool about that link is it's not a link to the PDF anywhere out in the world, it's a link to my copy of the PDF. So if anybody follows the link that I share here, they're going to view the PDF on my website. It's really, really cool. And one thing that is awesome about the resource library is any link that you share from the resource library is always attributed to you. So it doesn't matter how many times that resource is shared or reshared or forwarded, as long as they're using that same link, the resource will always tie back to you and your business. So it's really, really cool. So I'm not going to share this particular one on Facebook right now because I think you kind of get the idea. I'm going to wait until we create our own shareable, and then I'll show you how the actual sharing works. So this is the same for every marketing toolkit shareable that Stampin' Up! Uploads. Again, if you navigate into Marketing Toolkit, that's all Stampin' Up! Uploaded resources. You don't have to do a thing to get resources into this category. So if you already have the shareable that Stampin' Up's uploaded, you don't have to do any work on your end. Just jump in and share it. Now, you can also add your own resources. So My Files is a really cool way for you to put in the shareables that you have for your business. So what might those look like? Well, obviously the holiday catalog is something we're all going to want to share. So Stampin' Up! Will upload that for you. But My Files would be for things like your class marketing. Maybe it's for your open house or your stamp garage sale, those kinds of things. You're going to be able to add your own shareable resources. Maybe you've created a beautiful card that you want the world to see. All of that stuff goes in My Files. So let's take a look at how that works. So I don't have any resources in My Files yet. I'm brand new. So I'm going to add a shareable. I'm going to click this little link over here in the corner. and click Add Shareable. And I've got this slick little screen that pops up. Now, my shareable is going to be a card that I've been working really hard on. Actually, it's a stock image that I pulled off the Stampin' Up! Website, but we're just going to call this, whoa. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to share a card. I'm going to share a product. I'm going to share the watercolor pencils because I'm really excited about watercolor pencils. I mean, aren't we all really excited about watercolor pencils?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to add a shareable for watercolor pencils. You know, maybe I've got a class or something coming up and I'm excited about it. So I'm going to share an image. I can also share a video. I can share a PDF. I can share a document, a spreadsheet, or a zip. And it doesn't look like you guys can see the drop-down menu here. So just know that when you click on this drop-down menu, there's lots of choices that pop up. Sorry that you guys can't see that. Okay.
Why can't they?
I don't know. It's not showing up on the preview here.
It's not on mine either, but
Okay.
maybe it just is a little behind.
Yeah. So anyway, when you click on this in real life, this file type drop-down, there's a lot of different options in there. Now, so I'm going to choose an image. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to choose a file. And I'm pretty sure the watercolor pencils are right here. I'll add that so you can see I've got my file selected. Now, if I had like a video or a PDF or an Excel spreadsheet that I was going to share, I can also add a thumbnail. Now, for example, like on a PDF, if you just upload your PDF, like maybe it's a wish list that you've created or an order form that you've created, it's just going to show the default PDF icon. If you want it to be a little bit more pretty, you can do like a screenshot of the PDF and upload that as a thumbnail. And that just gives you a nice, a more presentable way to show off your PDF. For images, you don't have to worry about it because it's just going to pull in the image as the thumbnail. And then I'm going to add a description. Watercolor pencils are awesome. And now I get to determine where my shareable link will go. And again, I'm sad because it's not going to show all of the different options here in the little pop-up window. I'm not sure why Facebook Live's not letting me show that, but you have different choices for your shareable links. There's My Site, which lets you, here, maybe if I click it, it will just go back. Okay, yeah, so My Site lets you choose any page on your website for the shareable to link. So for example, if I want people just to come back to my DBWS, I would choose My Site and then Home. If I were sharing a recruit message or come to a party message or some other message, I can choose to have it land on the Contact Me page. I can have it come to About Me, Host, Join, or even my Specials page. Now, normally the dropdown would show all of those different options, but for this particular one, I want to choose a different kind of shareable link because you all are going to freak out when you see how cool this is. So rather than come to My Site, I'm going to choose this Add to Cart feature. And the magic of the Add to Cart shareable link is that I can actually associate specific products with my shareable. And when somebody clicks on the shareable, it will actually take them to a shopping cart where they can put all of the, it'll take them to a shopping page where they can put all of those items right in their shopping cart. So let me show you how that works because it's really, really cool. So this is a watercolor pencil shareable. So of course I want to associate watercolor pencils with that. So I'm going to search for watercolor. And I've now got my watercolor assortment or my watercolor pencils. So I'm going to select that one. If I wanted to go super crazy and wanted to add the paper as well, I could choose watercolor paper. And then I click Submit. And that's going to save my shareable. So now, just like before when we went into the Stampin' Up! Marketing Toolkit, I can go into My Files, I'll see my watercolor pencil shareable. So we'll go ahead and click on that. You can see that the watercolor pencils and paper are associated with it. I can check or uncheck any of the products I don't feel like sharing right now. So like, let's just say I want them to focus on buying the watercolor pencils. I can uncheck the watercolor paper, and now I've just got the pencils. And then I'm ready to share it now. So I'm going to share this to Facebook. So I'll go ahead and click the Facebook link. Because I am already logged into Facebook, the app, you'll notice that I don't have to do any integrations. I don't have to do any linking. It's just taking me right to Facebook.
Where's Instagram?
Great question. Instagram does not allow direct sharing from third-party websites. So I will talk to you about how you get this onto Instagram in just a minute. So for Facebook, I've got all of the options because I'm actually sharing this on Facebook. Oh my gosh, you guys can't see this pop-up window. Oh no.
The pop-up window.
Okay, let's change our sharing here. How do I get there? Let's see.
Can you do more than one product?
You can do tons of products. You can do as many as you'd like. So how do I change what I'm
viewing in your
viewing?
video?
Yeah, sorry guys. Let me try to sort this out here really quick.
Is it here at the three dots up there? Nope, lower.
No. Here?
Yeah.
Nope, that just says edit.
Okay.
Sorry you guys. They say that you should never present with kids or animals, and I'm going to add technology in that. Click Facebook tab. Okay, click Facebook tab. This tab? Oh, Tammy, this is a different Facebook tab. I've got the post running in a different window. Sorry. Let me see.
There's a
here.
lot of wows and a lot of people that want to jump through the screen and hug you. So
Oh, good. Okay, good.
there
Well,
you go.
let's
Keep
see.
going. Doing good.
I'm really sorry, you guys. Well, anyway, okay, we're not going to spend any more time on that because it doesn't seem to be working the way I hoped that it would work. So just know what I've got in front of me is just the default Facebook share window. It's giving me options to share to my news feed, to a group, to a page or my business page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share it to my news feed, and I'm going to say buy these pencils. So I'm just typing buy these pencils in the little window, and I'm going to hit post to Facebook. And now I will jump over to the Facebook tab. And just like magic, my watercolor pencils post now appears. It looks really cool. Right now it's got our kind of test URL, but in real life it'll show you the actual DBWS URL for your website. And here's the cool thing. When I click on this shareable, it's going to launch my website. So you'll see Christy Crafter, you'll see the watercolor pencils, and you'll see the items that I selected for them to add to cart. Now, what's really cool is if I were an actual real demonstrator and someone clicked add to cart, these products would go right to your shopping cart in your online store. If somebody's not ready to commit to buying the products, they've also got choices to contact you, to go to your website, or to go to your online store, which is super, super cool. So I'm going to just kind of show you how this works. It's not going to work for real because Christy Crafter is not a real demonstrator, but when I click add to cart, it's going to load the online store, and normally all of your products would show up, but you'll notice that it takes you to Christy's online store. Now, something that is really, really cool. If I think that I'm being really clever and I go back to my Facebook post and decide that I want to share it through a text message or through, I want to pin this image to my personal Pinterest. If I am using this link it will always go back to the original poster's DBWS. So this is a really cool thing. We know that a lot of stuff gets reshared. We know that a lot of stuff gets repinned. The nice thing is, if you've created a file and it is linking back to your website, no matter how many times that file is shared, it will always go back to your website. I just saw a question pop up. Is it compatible with Mac and PC? Absolutely. It's compatible with Mac, PC, and it'll work on your mobile device as well.
And tablets.
Yep, and tablets. Yep. This is awesome. So one thing I want to talk about really quick about the shareables, because I know what a lot of you are thinking is, you're thinking, wow, this would be really cool if I could embed this on my blog or on my website. Maybe like, these are my stamps or my Stampin' blog. We know that's a feature that you guys are interested in. This doesn't work like that right now, but we're excited to see how you use this feature and how that might influence what a future embeddable product list might look like. So while you won't have that functionality when we go live, it's definitely something that we want to create for you. So again, we're really looking for your feedback to make this amazing. Shannon says we got more questions.
Yeah. Can you share into Facebook groups or business pages or any other, or only your personal page?
Nope, you can share to Facebook groups, you can share to Facebook pages, you can share it to your story, you can share it to your timeline. It is awesome because we're not using a third-party plugin share feature for Facebook. We're actually using Facebook to share it. So it's really cool. No more going in and synchronizing your accounts and all of that garbage, because we know that didn't work. So this is sharing directly on Facebook.
Great. And what you touched on this for a second and then went to share a product, but when you share a card, are the cards going to look pretty?
The cards will look gorgeous. Yep, the cards will be full size, whatever dimensions you upload them in, that's what dimensions they're going to look like. Yep, it doesn't crop down. It doesn't crop down like the old one used to. You can upload whatever you want to upload. So this is really, really cool stuff. Now, if I am looking to share on Instagram and it's my own resource, it's probably easier to just throw it up on Instagram yourself. You don't necessarily need to use the resource library. But what if you wanted to share one of Stampin' Up's resources on Instagram? Let me show you how that works. So we're going to go back into our resource library, into the marketing toolkit, and let's say we want to share the Lots of Happy card kit on Instagram. So we would click on here, we would go into the Lots of Happy card kit. Again, Instagram's not a choice for direct sharing. That's an Instagram thing. That's not a Stampin' Up decision. What I can do is I can actually download the image. So if I hit download, it's going to save this file onto my computer. I can copy the description and put that directly into Instagram. So it doesn't take all of the work away, but it makes it really simple. We've already written the description for you. The image is already there, beautifully cropped. So it's one extra little step for Instagram, but totally doable. Okay, so that, my friends, is the resource library, something that we're really excited about and really proud of. I'm sure you've got lots of questions. Shannon, any others that we should address right away?
I'll save them till the end.
Okay, so we're gonna save a few more questions till the end. I'm excited about the resource library. You guys are going to love it. All right, so we're gonna jump into our next category now, and that is our calendar. We don't need to spend a ton of time here because you all know how a calendar works. I just want to show you a couple of quick things about it. Again, the calendar is mostly for you and your business. We have the ability to add events to the calendar just so that you know things that are coming up and can kind of keep them on your radar as you're looking to schedule in your own personal events. Your events will show in Mint. Our events will show in Coral. If you are looking to add your own event, it's really simple. You just hit Create Event. You'll get a window that has all of the event information. And what's really, really nice about the new calendar is that you can not only schedule part day events, all day events, repeating events, you can add full descriptions with HTML, and you can upload an event image. So if you have a card class or a technique class, and you want to show off a little bit about what they're going to be doing at the event, you can now add an image to your event. The other thing that we've done is we've made this calendar very, very versatile for you. So if my event is something that I want people to RSVP to, so I want to know how many people are coming, I can choose allow guests to RSVP for this event. If my event is open to the public, I can allow RSVPs, and I can also allow guests to forward the RSVP. So I can use my calendar now as a lead generation tool. So when somebody comes back to your website to view a calendar event, they'll be able to RSVP, and if you allow it, guests can forward the invitation to other people. So it's really, really cool. The other choice that you have is to turn RSVPs off. Now this would be for things like maybe you've got a open house or a yard sale. You don't necessarily need to know exactly who's coming. You just want to put the calendar or the event on your calendar. You can turn RSVPs off, and then that way guests just view the event and don't necessarily need to do anything else. Now, once a calendar event is created, I can go into my events and I can view it, or I can share it. I can also delete events from the calendar. When I view an event, you've got a gorgeous designed event view that shows you the date of the class, the description, the class photo, all of the details about the event. And then from here, I can also invite guests. And when I click on invite, it brings up my customer manager import. So really super easy. I can choose to invite everybody. I can scroll through and pick and choose the people I want to invite. I can also skip this step, and it'll just take me back to the event. You'll also see that I can share this directly to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. So it's really, really cool. The invitations come from your email address, but they are sent by DBWS. So really super easy, really super slick. Let me show you one last thing on the event calendar, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the calendar when we show off your customer-facing website. So if I am in an event, let me get back to, sorry, you guys, let me get back to my calendar. If I am looking at an event like my technique class here, and I click on that, if I click share from this view, it's going to jump me right to the Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. If I want to invite specific people to the event, that's where I have to go into view. So just remember that inviting and sharing are two different functions. That can be a little bit confusing the first time you're looking at it, but I just wanted to point out the difference between the two there. So we'll go back to our calendar now. Shannon, any questions that came up on the calendar?
A few things about RSVPs.
Yeah.
You'll get that'll go in the notifications.
Yep.
Box. And
yep,
also,
notifications. If somebody RSVPs to your event, or if a guest of a guest RSVPs for the event, you'll have that in your notifications.
Can you set a limit on how many people can come to an event?
So you cannot set a limit on how many people can come to an event, but once the event is full, you can turn RSVPs off. I'm noticing a question on the screen here. Will images have Stampin' Up! Watermarks? No, just like today, you'll have to add your own watermarks, but the watermarks will come through when you upload your image. All right. Okay, so moving on from the calendar is our fourth and final section, and that is your newly designed customer-facing website, which is so cool. So again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the Facebook Live, your website when we launch is just one website. It's just the default My website. At some point down the road, we might add the ability to have multiple websites, ones that Stampin' Up! Creates and ones that you could create for yourself. For right now, you'll just have one website, and it's really, really easy to manage. You're going to love the way that we have put this together for you. So let me show you what your customers will see so that it all makes sense when we look at the back end on how you'll actually edit your website. So if I'm looking at my website, I can actually go into view my website directly with this little link here. I can also, copy and paste my link into the browser bar, or if you already know your DBWS URL, it's the same URL that we're using today. So none of that will change. You don't have to update your hyperlinks. You don't have to update your business cards. It's the same URL. It looks a little funky here in our test environment, but when we go live, it'll be the same. It'll be the same link. So I'm going to show you in this tab here what our new website looks like, and they are absolutely gorgeous. So this is your customer homepage. So you've got the logo. There's a photo that will appear that you'll be able to edit, and I'll show you where you can edit that. Your contact information, you can choose to display as much or as little contact information as you want in the header. And then as you scroll down the page, you'll see that we've got this big, gorgeous branded image up top. We'll be able to add a few different images in there to just kind of keep your websites looking pretty. There's a nice little welcome message. We will populate that with default text for you. In fact, I'll just make a comment now. All of the content on your website is pre-populated. If you are the kind of demonstrator that wants a website but doesn't want to do any amount of editing or customization, Stampin' Up! Will take care of populating everything on your website for you. And that includes new monthly promotions, specials, any product changes. That will all be taken care of by Stampin' Up! If you want to go in and customize, there's quite a bit of customization that you can do. We've got some kind of key products here that work in a little carousel slider so that people can jump directly to your online store easily. And then we've got a nice big ad space down below. We've got your calendar of events. And again, we're not showing your customers the Stampin' Up! Events. We're just showing them your events. Now, something really important is missing on this page. You'll notice that I've got events scheduled on the 20th and the 27th. If I had a long list of events coming up, I might not be able to see on the calendar which days have events scheduled. We are working on fixing that so that this key matches with which dates have calendar events. You're not seeing that on the screen now. It's a work in progress, but that is something that will be available on the calendar shortly. So again, your customers can see your events from here. If they were interested about a card class, you'll notice when I hover over the event, it gives me a little bit more details about the class. And then when I click on the event, I get the big, beautiful calendar display. All right. Now, further down the page, we've got the catalogs and then the requisite terms of use, privacy policy, some keywords to help with search engine optimization. At the top of the page is our navigation. There's About Me, Host, Join, Specials, and then a link to my online store. One thing that you will notice is there's not a background image on this website, nor are there big, bold, crazy colors that you have to choose from. We got rid of templates, which is great because we wanted this to be clean. We wanted this to be simple. We wanted your content to do the talking. We didn't want some big, bold, loud background to do the talking. So the new websites are really a focus on content. So we're really excited about the nice, clean, fresh look. Let me show you what some of these additional pages look like. So if I click into About Me, wow, Christy Crafter's family looks a lot like my family.
Weird.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. So here's the About Me page. I can add my own About Me text. We've got a little bit of default text preloaded in there. There's also a contact me button. This is how somebody would get a hold of you and request, like to get more information or request a catalog. You can also see the contact me link up here at the top of the screen. The host tab is pre-filled with a bunch of great information about being a host and hosting a party. You'll see that a lot of this information is customizable as well. So if you do something a little bit unique that sets you apart as it relates to hosting a Stampin' Up! Party, you'll be able to add that information in here. The join page is all of your recruit information. So it shows the starter kit. There's the starter kit suggested items, the easy steps for joining, and then a link to your online IDA. And specials is awesome. So there are 2 sections on the specials page. There's my specials. So anything that you've got going on in your business. So for example, Christy's got her host code for the month. She probably ought to say a little bit more about that, but she was running out of time before this demonstration. And then there's Stampin' Up! Specials. Now, my specials is something that you have to touch. So this is something you have to go in and update to keep it up to date and relevant. Stampin' Up! Specials will automatically appear for you. You don't have to do anything. So Stampin' Up! Specials will be loaded in by our admins, and they'll be updated every single month for you. It's a perk of being a DBWS subscriber. We're going to talk about the My Specials section because you can actually do quite a bit of customization here. So we'll talk about that here in a short minute. And then Shop Now just opens up your online store. So easy peasy. Again, I'm not taking orders as a fake demonstrator, so my link doesn't really go anywhere, but your link will open up your online store. So we've talked a little bit about what your customers see. Let me show you the contact form. So if somebody clicks on Contact Me, they'll get to the contact form, and it'll have your basic contact information. They'll have a general interest and submission form. What interests you? You can't see what's in this drop-down list because of this weird glitchy thing that's happening in Facebook, but it's a lot the same from your old contact form. So they can request to get on your mailing list. They can request to host a workshop. They can request a catalog. They can ask questions about becoming a demonstrator. Maybe they've just got a general question, and then they can fill that in down here. One of the things that we have taken away is e-cards and e-newsletters. So Stampin' Up's no longer going to be providing a monthly newsletter, but we know that a lot of you provide a monthly newsletter. If you are one of those demonstrators, we've got an option for you to request or for you to collect contacts for your newsletter. Now, it's not a fully integrated collection, meaning if somebody requests your newsletter, we're not going to add them automatically to MailChimp or Constant Contact. You're going to have to do that yourself, but you will get a notification that somebody has requested to join your mailing list, and you'll be able to go in and manually add them at that point. So again, we're not offering a newsletter, but we're offering a way for people to express interest and join your newsletter.
We just have several comments about links and content and anything carrying over. Okay,
yeah. So we are going to be filling in some of your content from your old DBWS. So we will, if you have customized your About Me text, we'll bring that over. If you have any specials that you've got keyed in, we'll bring those over. Everything else will default to the Stampin' Up! Default. So if you have content on your current website that you want to keep, I would go in now and copy that information down. Great. Okay, so let me show you how all this content gets in here because it's kind of magic. So we're going to go back to our website tab. And this time, rather than viewing our website, we're going to edit the website. Just a quick note, I can also do this from the home page. If I go under my site, I can click edit and jump right into my editor. Now, we have made this really, really simple for you. So rather than going through and actually having you build out a web page, we've broken out all of the different bits and pieces that you can edit, and we've put them in this easy to navigate tab menu that follows along exactly the same way your website is laid out. So you'll notice there's home, contact, about me, host, join, my specials. If we look at the website, about me, host, join, my specials. So we've made it really, really easy for you to update your website. This first tab are your site settings. So this is where you would go in and change your website name. So for example, if I am Christy Crafter, right now I've got my demonstrator ID as my personalized website, but if I wanted it to be christycrafter.stampinup.net, that's where I would edit that information. The name is my name. So this is what will show up in my personal information. If I want my phone number displayed, I can choose this checkbox. If I want my email displayed, I can choose this checkbox and then put in my phone and email. I can customize my profile picture. If you don't have a profile picture you want to use, we've got a default profile picture that will show up for everyone. There is a page title. This is a way for you to personalize the tab information that shows up. So if you want it to say default, Christy Crafter, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, great, that's already in there for you. If you don't have, if you don't change that, it'll just be the default. If you want it to say something else, like, if you want it to say, South Jordan, Utah's Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you would put that information here. I'm noticing a quick little error in our test environment that we will get fixed.
Want me to write it down?
Yeah, so these two fields right here that say field label and field label, those are for your Google Analytics. Those will say Google webmaster number and Google Analytic number, or whatever those two things are. That's where you can paste in your Google Analytics if you want to use that. We had a question that came up through one of our testers. You don't have to put in the Google Analytics code for you to show up in a search engine. Your website will still be searchable. The Google Analytics code is just if you want to take your web analytics or your Google search ranking to the next level, you've got the ability to plug that information in here. Again, to the point of your site being searchable, everybody has keywords and everybody has a well-written site description. So you will be able to be found on Google. So those are your site settings. The next tab over is for your home page. Now, you'll remember on our home page, there was a lot of stuff going on, right? But the only thing that I really need to edit on my home page are my calendar events that are going to pull through from my calendar and my welcome message. So over here in my site editor, the only thing that I can edit is my welcome text. And you'll notice there's not a whole lot I can do with it aside from text. The reason why is because we don't want you to break the nice looking homepage by adding too much custom code. So here, you really only get to put in custom text. That will help maintain that gorgeous homepage the way that it's presented. On the contact page, you can edit your contact information. All of the default form fields are there. And again, if you want people to request a newsletter, if that's something that you offer for your business, you'll check this box. If you don't offer a newsletter, that's fine. Just uncheck the box, okay? Easy peasy. About me, there's a little bit more we can do. So about me, you can put in, again, there's default information here. You can add additional information. So if you want to do like a personal section and a business section, or a business section and a personal section, you've got flexibility there. You can edit your About Me photo. Again, if you don't upload a photo, a default photo will be provided. So it will still look nice and pretty for you regardless. You'll notice you've got a lot of HTML options. You can add images, you can add links, you can add emojis. Sky's the limit on the About Me page. So now that we're deeper down into the website, you've got a little bit more that you can do. The host page is similar. So you can edit all of the host text. You can even edit the host images. If you've got images from a party that you have, or you want to show your stamp space, that is a great way for you to customize the host section and really set you apart from your peers. Similarly, the join section, lots of customization that you can do here. We want you to really highlight the benefits of not just being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on your team. Now, if you don't want to change any of the information, that's fine. We've got great professionally written default information in here for you. Now, if you customize any of this information and decide you want the defaults back, it's really, really easy to do. All you need to do is delete your customizations, hit save, and we will reload it with the default content. Easy. My specials, again, this is a place for you to highlight the things that you have going on in your business. We know a lot of you like to share a monthly host code. Of course, we're staying away from continually discounting our products, but other things that you have going on in your business would go in the My Specials section. Now, I want to show you some fun stuff here because I want to highlight the flexibility, but also it's a little bit of a cautionary tale. So in the My Specials section, you can see that I can also add in source code for HTML. So if you are a HTML wizard, or if you want a little bit more formatting than just plain text, you've got the flexibility to do that here. So I'm going to add in a little bit of text. This is my cautionary tale. Just remember, just because you can use HTML doesn't mean it's always awesome to use HTML. So I'm going to bring in some fancy code that I have pre-written, and going to replace my message here. And then we're going to save our website. We're going to jump over to our customer view and navigate to the specials tab. Okay, don't go crazy with your HTML. So again, we wanted to give you the flexibility to do whatever you wanted to with the code on some of these pages. It is possible to go overboard. So if you are a fan of HTML and a fan of customizing, just know that you can do it. We're not going to stop you. But it is really possible for you to make a really terrible looking website, or make a really nice looking website really terrible. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that the sky's the limit when it comes to adding HTML code into your website. Yeah, probably don't go crazy with it. Okay, so we're going to go back here. Again, like I mentioned, anything that you clear out of here will just go back to the default. Just so you know, the default for My Specials, for your own personal specials, is to not have any specials. So if this field is blank, so we've now saved that and it's blank, and I come back here and I reload my specials page, it will get rid of the My Specials section. So it's not going to make it look like I don't have anything going on. It's just going to get rid of the My Specials. It'll display Stampin' Up! Specials. Your customers will be none the wiser. If you add in some text into the My Specials, that section will automatically reappear for you. Social, blog, and web icons. Now, this is kind of a cool thing. So if you want direct links to your social media profiles, you can add them in here. You'll notice that we've got options for a Facebook page. You can have links to a Facebook group, your Pinterest, your Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. If you use a Blogger blog, you can put a Blogger link here. Instagram, no, this is different than Instagram sharing. Again, this is just a way for somebody to quickly click and view your Instagram profile. If you use a typepad blog, you can put that here and it will show the logo. Or if you just use a general web blog, or like if you're using some other blog or website, you can put your web link here and it'll show the default web icon. So I'm going to go ahead and add links to a few of these so I can show you what that looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and save those links. And now, when I go to my website, you'll notice I've got my social media icons here. And you can have as many or as little social media icons as you'd like. So I added links for Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. You can have a lot more, you could have a lot less. Again, if I have a Facebook group for my demonstrators, I can put my Facebook group in here. And when I go to my customer-facing website, the Facebook group shows up as a different icon so that they can keep it separated between your Facebook page or your default Facebook group for your business and maybe a private Facebook group for your team. All right. Okay. So that is the website portion of the tour, and that kind of concludes all of the features. So I'm going to close out of here. We're going to go back to Shannon's list of questions because I'm sure there are lots and lots and lots. But hopefully you guys are loving what you see. We are really excited about this. It's a huge shift from where we've been with DBWS. These are the kind of web tools you're going to want to use. We're pretty confident that you guys are going to be in love with these tools. They're not outdated anymore. They're very modern. They're very up to date. And even the most unweb savvy, the most untech savvy demonstrators among us are going to be able to use these tools with ease. There's really not much to making your website, your calendar, your shareables look amazing. We've made it as simple as we can. So let's go to questions, Shannon.
Okay, so there's a few about the calendar.
Great.
Can you send to custom, can you do a group?
Yes.
In the sending? Okay.
Yep, absolutely. So you can, so right now, so Shannon asked a really good question. Right now, there are not, you can't create individual groups in the tool right now, so that you can just select the group and send. You can choose different contacts and put them kind of in a grouping. We will add that functionality down the road for you to create custom groups.
Okay, great. What about, does the calendar have magic powers to create a Facebook event?
The calendar does not have magic powers to create a Facebook event. I'm so sorry. You'll have to do your DBWS.
Kind of magic.
Yeah,
so
it would do your DBWS, and then you'd have to jump in and do your own.
What about, can you send emails directly from DBWS?
You cannot send emails from DBWS, but DBWS will email your contacts if you're sending it from a shareable, from the calendar, and choosing the email share option. It will send those shareables as an email, but you can't actually compose an email and hit send from DBWS. And then your inbox is actually your own personal website. And I completely forgot to show you that. So let me break from questions really quick and show you. So under your name, if you can see, I'm up here at the top of the screen where it says Christy Crafter, and I've clicked the little drop-down arrow to account. In this account, there's an email setting. So this is where you want your emails from DBWS to appear like they come from. So Christy Crafter has her email address in there. If you had a Gmail account or whatever, you would want to make sure that's updated here. And then you can also add email signatures so that when a shareable goes out or when an event goes out via email, you can put your signatures that you guys love to have in your emails. You can put those into DBWS as well. So I'm glad that came up. It's, again, right under your account is how you get to your email settings. Okay. Great questions.
One more calendar question. Will events stay listed when they're in the past?
Yes, events do not expire on the new DBWS. So it will show all of your past events and all of your future events. I'm gonna jump back over to Christy's website just so I can show you down here below. You can scroll forward and backward and forward in time. And so if you've got a full calendar, people can scroll back through, they can see how busy you've been, they can see how busy you are. That's all gonna be there. Yep, we're not expiring events anymore.
Wonderful. Okay, now further back than that, when we're talking about the sharings, can you schedule those?
Right now now you cannot schedule shareables, but the shareable, we want to look at how we could make that possible so that you can schedule your shareables to time like with a scheduled Facebook post or a scheduled blog post. It's a feature we know that you're going to want, so it's on our short list of things to do.
Okay, one more thing. There was a little discussion about how the leads come to them, whether an email or a text, and they're all saying, I get them this way, I get them that way, I get them both ways, and some recommended where to change it. But do you have any advice for that?
So we're not sending you leads via email or text message anymore. When leads come through, they'll show up in your DBWS notifications. So you'll need to check your DBWS notifications regularly for new leads and RSVPs.
Great. All the rest of them were either very specific or I probably didn't understand. So.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, listen, yes, Darla, let's see. I'm seeing a couple of links coming through.
That I haven't caught.
So Darla, yes, WordPress would just be under like a web link. So if you've got a regular WordPress blog or a default blog, you just put that right under the web link. You could technically put it wherever the heck you want. It's just going to show the wrong icon. All of those are just quick links with an associated icon, so you can put it wherever. But yes, WordPress would belong down in the web link.
I think Sherry is asking, will there be training elsewhere? So like for the other demonstrators?
Yes, absolutely. So a couple of things about training for DBWS. I'm going to share this video on the demonstrator planning place next week. I'm also going to be doing a more specific training video for DBWS, and those will live in the help folder. So if you go to the resource library and into help, all of the help will be there, or you can just click on help from the left menu.
Okay. They want
Emma,
emails on the leads.
Oh, okay.
They're mad about that.
Okay. All right.
So
well,
can they just can they get emails from their DBWS notifications?
Well, I'll put that on the short list of things to address.
Okay.
And then also, I saw one that says, can you add more than one Facebook group? Right now, you cannot add more than one. There's just one Facebook group option. Depending on how you guys are using this, if we find that more and more of you need multiples, we can look at adding that. Sorry, we're just scrolling through to see if there's any more customers coming through. Yeah, Patty, thanks, Patty Bennett. If you had a private team group, you probably don't want that in the header of your website anyway. So yeah, definitely use some discretion because those links will be available to anybody who views your website.
What about refreshing Facebook every 60 days?
No, so this is so cool. Yeah, I mentioned it before, but yeah, we are no longer using Facebook integrations. We are just using Facebook for all of the Facebook shareables. So you don't have to worry about your integrations expiring or refreshing anything. That's all gone. We said sayonara to that because that was not working well, and so we've got a much better solution in place now. Can't wait for the 10th. I know, me neither. I'm actually kind of nervous, but I'm excited. And also, hey, we ran into like what, one problem with the Google links being kind of weird. You guys, we just did a demo in a test environment and it worked without any glitches. I can't even believe it. What in the world? Okay, you guys are amazing. We are now an hour and 7 minutes into this Facebook Live. I feel bad for people watching the replay, but hey, all of the great information is there and this will live forever on the internet. You guys are amazing. Keep asking questions here. If I get a chance, I'll come into the comments and I'll respond to some of your questions. Just know that we are keeping a list of features, quirks, bugs, things that are annoying you guys. Our goal is not to let this thing sit stale for a decade. Our goal is to update this regularly for you. So, you know, be vocal about how you're using it. Be vocal about what you love. Be vocal about the things that you wish this included. We are going to be much more responsive with this tool than we have been in the past. I know right now that sounds like a little bit of a shallow promise because of previous experience, but believe me when I say we've got a great team looking at DBWS now, and we really are committed to making sure this stays relevant for you, that it's a good way for you to grow your businesses online. We're really excited about it. Okay, all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. You guys are amazing. I will watch for comments and things to come through. You guys are great. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Shannon.
Bye.
See you guys.
Good.